CathedralCUTT.com or call 235-6947 today. Cathedral Credit Union. Member owned, member focused.
Property crime on the increase in Tobago. Private sector happy with possible THA hiring freeze, and Blind Welfare congratulates 6 visually impaired former SCA students. Good evening to you, Tobago. I am Odiko Neal and welcome to the Channel 5 News for today, Monday, July the 6th, 2026. A mid-year review of crime in Tobago shows murders and property-related offences have increased compared with the same period last year, despite the state of emergency being in effect throughout 2026. While many residents believe crime is worsening, Senior Superintendent Rodhill Kirk says the overall number of serious reported crimes on the island has declined. Police figures show Tobago recorded 7 murders during the first half of 2026, compared with 3 during the corresponding period in 2025. Property crime has also increased, with burglaries and home invasions continuing to be a concern for residents. Home invasion was added as a separate category in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service's crime statistics in December 2025. Like burglary, it involves the illegal entry of a building with the intent to commit an offense, but differs because the premises are occupied at the time. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has not released a comprehensive public report comparing Tobago's crime statistics for 2026 and 2025. Instead, Tobago's specific figures have generally been disclosed during police media briefings, while the official crime database continues to report national statistics. Earlier this year, Assistant Superintendent Mahalia Bacchus reported that overall, crime in Tobago had declined compared with the same period in 2025. However, several high-profile murders and violent incidents in recent months have heightened public concern and reinforced the perception among many Tobagonians that serious crime is on the rise, even as police maintain that overall serious reported crimes are down. The TTPS says it has launched an island-wide crime-fighting initiative exercise focused on reducing crime through drug block operations, road checks, traffic enforcement, and high-visibility patrols to lock in the gains of the state of emergency. The man held in connection with the murder of Mount St. George resident Nisha Roberts has not yet been formally charged, as at 5 p.m. on July 6th. Senior Superintendent Rodhill Kirk says the delay is not due to any hold-up by investigators. According to Kirk, the suspect experienced a medical episode and is currently undergoing evaluation before he can appear before the court. Police have not indicated when that court appearance is expected. 39-year-old Nisha Roberts was found dead at her No. 1 Village Road home on the morning of July 1st, with multiple stab wounds about her body. The suspect was detained later that day after disembarking the inter-island ferry in Port of Spain. Investigators say Roberts had recently ended a relationship with the suspect. Family members described Roberts as a quiet, God-fearing woman who was devoted to her church and community. She was employed by the Maintenance, Training and Security Company, MTS, and served as a deaconess at the Mount St. George Seventh-day Adventist Church. Her death marked Tobago's 7th murder for 2026. Police say investigations remain ongoing. A Tobago doctor is urging society to stop judging women by their relationship status following the alleged domestic violence killing of Mount St. George resident Nisha Roberts. Goodwood resident Dr. Vern Allen says the tragedy has highlighted the stigma among many single women that we continue to face. In a social media post, the physiotherapist and wound care specialist shared that over her lifetime that she has been called an old maid, had her sexuality questioned, and repeatedly heard the words, "No man don't want you." She also recalled being told that doing what some considers men work, like building a table, would mean and make her undesirable to men. Dr. Allen says remarks like these may seem harmless, but they send the message that a woman's worth depends on having a husband. Instead, she believes women should be encouraged to value themselves and feel empowered to live healthy relationships without fear of judgment. She stressed that every domestic violence case is different, but says no one should feel pressured to remain in a toxic relationship simply to avoid being labeled a failure. Her comments have sparked widespread discussion online, with many women sharing similar experiences and calling for a shift in how society views single women. Meanwhile, the Goodwood Secondary School community, where the murdered woman worked as an MTS worker, mourned her loss. In a statement, the school described Roberts as dedicated, respectful, and kind, saying her faith, quiet strength, and commitment to the school community will be remembered. Condolences were extended to her family and loved ones. We'll take a break, and when we come back, the private sector is applauding the THA's proposal to freeze hiring. That story and more when we return.
Credit Union.
You can make your goals unfold, go get it. You can live your dream, join the team, let's do this. You can get the help you need to succeed. With Run Credit Union, you can believe that you can achieve. Today you can live that dream. Pull up to the job and surround your week with Run Credit Union. Yes, you can, yes, you can.
Come in and live your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
Do you want to be called doctor? The School of Higher Education, Shell, in conjunction with the prestigious Wolf University, presents a Doctors in Business Administration DBA. Earn a lifetime honor that certifies you with the highest level of academic excellence in a UK-based DBA. With triple certification for less than 100,000 TT dollars, ACTT recognized world-class university and international recognition, easy payment plan, 100% retention rates, no foreign travel. Call the School of Higher Education, Shell, at 362-6205 or 797-1076 so you can be called doctor.
Welcome to the speed round of getting money right. Let's begin. Name some of the red flags associated with an investment scam.
Pressure tactics to invest.
Correct.
Promise of money if you bring friends.
Correct.
Request for personal information.
Correct. Bonus question. What is the penalty for operating a pyramid or Ponzi scheme?
$10 million and 10 years in prison.
Correct. Well done. The scores are even, so we go to our tiebreaker question. You receive money in your account from an investment company, and they tell you to transfer it to a third account. Does that sound right?
I think about it, and that not right.
Congratulations, you tinker. Getting Money Right is brought to you by the TTSEC. Visit investigatettt.com to access free learning resources and check the TTSEC for a list of registered individuals and securities. The Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. You invest, we protect, everyone benefits.
Hey, you come in. Long time I see you. This station pumping. Ready for children party. Mommy! Jay, you can't go nowhere with these children. And you know you can't depend on Kevin neither Stephen to see about them. Yes, total waste. So I supposed to stay home whole time? Jada is 12. She could see about that. You just leave Jada to see about Kia and Kayla. I thought it's your mother or your sister. Who? Them always busy. Jada could handle that. She cooking and cleaning a long time. And the next two better know what time it is. It's only me, you know. I will talk to my mother. She just home these days. She will make sure the children okay. Alright. Let me see the moves for later.
Before you ramage, make sure the children okay. Call 996 to report all child abuse now. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome back. The Tobago private sector is welcoming indications that the Tobago House of Assembly could soon implement a hiring freeze. Chairman of the Tobago chapter of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Curtis Williams, says the move is one the business community has long been advocating. Speaking on Tobago Channel 5's Rise and Shine morning show, Williams was responding to comments by Chief Secretary Farley Augustine that the THA's workforce has grown by more than 3,000 employees and that a hiring freeze may be necessary once existing vacancies are filled.
We asked to ease up. The private sector will be glad to get the people coming in, but again, you must come with the required skills to fit into the private sector world. And then those who coming out with these particular skills, the expectation, because we may be producing lawyers and then we will have to come and work as a normal receptionist. Right. Or maybe, yes, you may produce an engineer and he had to go and pack shelf in a supermarket. Because that is reality that will face us, because not everybody will be able to migrate. But you just finished university, you spend over $100 and something thousand educating your daughter or your son, and then he have to go and work in a supermarket just because there's no vacancies.
Williams said the private sector has repeatedly raised concerns about the continued expansion of the public service, arguing that the THA wage bill has become unsustainable. He noted that limiting further recruitment could help ease pressure on the Assembly's finances while encouraging greater participation in the private sector.
If we have to absorb all these people coming out, and they may be skilled and they may be unskilled, so we may have to use some kind of industry like the construction industry, maybe the quickest one to absorb people, a lot of unskilled and skilled person that is being left on the side. Because if the THA stop hiring, or freeze hiring, I should say, because all they will do is probably look around the different departments or divisions and they will see where there's vacancies and just move people around and not increase that wage bill, because the wage bill is bursting at the seams, as you can see. We're all seeing that for a small country of us with 60,000 people, the amount of people working for the state or working for the THA is just too much.
Meanwhile, Williams said for employment to expand significantly, there must be an increase in the tourism sector.
Our sector here mostly pegs on tourism or hospitality, and anything coming out of that, there's where we build up, because there's no big manufacturing in Tobago. There's light manufacturing, which is some cottage industry. There's also no big set of industry in any other areas. More than working for the government. And if you're talking about people working for statutory services like the police service, the fire service, and other arms of the civil service. Other than that, we have to build out a tourism sector, and that's where everything lies, in building out that whole tourism sector in which we can absorb some of these folks that will be coming out of school. Because
asked if there might be a brain drain in Tobago as graduates will leave the island to find jobs elsewhere, the businessman said it is possible.
Well, that may be the conversation some of them may be thinking of. Imagine those who are in their final year, or those who finished already, and those who are looking forward to going into this space. I mean, there must be some kind of conversation indicating the THA probably do a manpower audit. So you know exactly what skill set is needed on island, so that we can now start to push people towards that skill set instead of everyone going to a particular skill set that is not needed on the island. And also the private sector, we must indicate to the island what kind of skill set we need. Whether we need people in hospitality, whether we need some more mechanics, whether we need some more engineers, as the case may be. And that's critical for us to understand here in this space.
The Chamber's chairman said there must also be a manpower audit so that students can know the areas in which they will find profitable employment when after completing their studies. Work is continuing on key infrastructure surrounding the new terminal at the A.N.R. Robertson International Airport as authorities move closer to bringing the facility into full operation. In a statement issued on July 6, the Division of Public Infrastructure and Transport said crews are making steady progress on upgrades to the airport car park, including paving works and the installation of perimeter fencing to improve safety and better organize the area for users. Over the weekend, Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Eli Zakuru toured the new terminal alongside Chief Secretary Fali Augustin and Chairman of the Airports Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, Aaron Henry. The ministry said the visit allowed officials to assess the terminal's operational readiness as preparations continue for its opening. The division had previously issued an expression of interest for road paving, widening, and other auxiliary works to improve the road network serving the terminal. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Works says the expansion project remains in its operational transition phase following the handover of technical certifications and operating manuals in June. The new 25,500 square meter terminal reached practical completion and was officially opened in a ceremony on March 15, 2025. In other news tonight, the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago is distancing itself from speculation surrounding last month's seizure of $2 million at Piarco International Airport, while clarifying the rules governing the export of foreign currency. In a statement issued on Friday, the bank said it cannot comment on the ongoing investigation, but stressed that authorized financial institutions are legally permitted to export U.S. currency under the Exchange Control Act as part of their normal business. The bank explained that when authorized dealers ship U.S. cash overseas, the same value is transferred electronically back to Trinidad and Tobago and sold on the local foreign exchange market. It says it means there is no net loss of foreign exchange to the country. The central bank emphasized that its clarification should not be linked to the June 25th seizure and says it will continue cooperating with investigators. It also sought to reassure the public on the foreign exchange situation, noting that $1.2 billion was injected into the market over the past year, with a further $900 million allocated to support essential imports and manufacturers. The bank says it is also working with the Ministry of Finance to strengthen the Exchange Control Act by improving oversight of the foreign exchange system and tightening reporting requirements for cross-border cash shipments. We'll take a break and come back with more news for you next.
Cathedral Credit Union is celebrating big. Get up to $81,000 at just 0.8% interest with our anniversary loan. And because Christmas is in the air, we're spreading cheer with up to $60,000 at only 1%. Visit cathedralcutt.com or call 235-6947 today. Cathedral Credit Union. Member-owned, member-focused.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Escape to elegance at Le Chateau Suites Tobago. Gated privacy, breathtaking villas, unforgettable memories, where Caribbean dreams become reality.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash in transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Signal Hill Secondary School will welcome one of the country's outstanding SEA students this September after Faith Graham successfully passed the 2026 Secondary Entrance Assessment Examination. Faith was among 6 blind and visually impaired students recognized by the Trinidad and Tobago Blind Welfare Association for their achievement. Executive Officer of the association, Kenneth Swart, described the students' success as a powerful demonstration of what is possible when children are afforded their right to quality, inclusive education. He said the results prove that blindness and visual impairment are not barriers to academic success when students receive the support, resources, and opportunities they need to thrive. The association also praised parents, teachers, and schools of the Ministry of Education for helping to create an inclusive learning environment that enabled the students to reach this important milestone.
Today, we celebrate more than C results. We celebrate what happens when expectations are higher, rights are respected, and children are given enough opportunity to learn. These 6 students have shown the entire country what can be achieved through hard work, determination, and talent.
Stewart and the organization in a statement added that while the association celebrates 6 exceptional young people today, it also renews its commitment to every child who is blind or visually impaired across Trinidad and Tobago. He said that the organization will continue advocating for an education system that recognizes ability, respects human rights, and creates opportunities for every learner to succeed. A brief conversation between Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar and CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett has become one of the early talking points at the opening of the 51st CARICOM Heads of Government Conference in St. Lucia. The two were photographed speaking moments before regional leaders gathered for the official family photograph. While the exchange lasted only a short time, it unfolded against the backdrop of one of the most significant institutional disputes CARICOM has faced in recent years. Trinidad and Tobago continues to reject Dr. Barnett's reappointment as Secretary General. Prime Minister Prasad Bissessa and Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Sean Sobers insist the process breached the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas after this country's designated representative was excluded from the leaders-only retreat in St. Kitts and Nevis, where the decision was finalized. The government has made it clear that it does not recognize the validity of the reappointment and wants the issue reopened. It has also relied on legal opinions which question whether the procedures used to extend Dr. Barnett's tenure complied with the treaty governing the regional body. Despite those differences, today's image sent a different message. It showed two leaders engaging respectfully, underscoring the reality that diplomacy often continues even when governments disagree. The summit hosted by St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pear runs until July 8th, with regional leaders set to tackle crime and security, climate resilience, food security, trade, transportation, digital transformation, and the future of Caribbean integration. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bissessa is using the second day of the 51st CARICOM Heads of Government Conference in St. Lucia to advance several regional initiatives aimed at improving healthcare, reducing the cost of living, and strengthening regional security. According to the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, the Prime Minister is attending the Leaders' Retreat and Caucus alongside regional heads of government. Among Trinidad and Tobago's proposals is expanded access to the country's National Prosthetic Center, established with support from the Government of India. The facility provides affordable, high-quality artificial limbs, and the government intends to make its services available to CARICOM member states. The Prime Minister is also expected to promote greater regional connectivity through expanded cargo movement and increased ferry services. Government says improving transportation links could lower the cost of goods, strengthen food security, and boost trade across the Caribbean. On security, Trinidad and Tobago will reaffirm its commitment to closer collaboration among regional law enforcement agencies in the fight against cybercrime, financial crime, and transnational organized crime. Intelligence sharing and cooperation are also expected to feature prominently during discussions. We'll take a break and come back with your weather forecast next. Weather tonight, variably cloudy, hazy, and at times breezy with scattered showers, some of which may be heavier and or periods of rain. Partly cloudy or cloudy night with few lingering showers. Mild or moderate Saharan dust concentrations, so persons sensitive to these atmospheric changes should take the necessary precautions. Tomorrow, moderate or high Saharan dust concentrations, so again, persons sensitive to these changes should take the necessary precautions. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny, hazy, and at times breezy with the isolated shower. Fair but hazy night with the isolated brisk shower. Seas moderate. Winds east-northeast to east-southeast 8 to 45 kilometers per hour. Waves in open water 1.5 to 2 meters. In sheltered areas near 1 meter. High tides is at 6:05 and 6:58 p.m. Low tide is at 12:42 p.m. Sunrise is at 5:45 and sunset is at 6:30. Tomorrow's temperatures should reach a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius and fall to 24 degrees. Before we go, let's look again at our headlines tonight. Murders and property crime on the increase in Tobago. Private sector happy with possible THA hiring freeze, and Blind Welfare congratulates 6 visually impaired former SCA students. And that's where we leave you tonight here on Tobago Channel 5 News. On behalf of our news team and our technical crew, I am Odiko O'Neill, wishing you a good night.